chosen ones. You're the living contradiction of this world, the kindest souls, and yet the most feared when pushed too far. You walk through this earth carrying an ancient calm, a quiet grace that disarms everyone around you. You help without being asked. You heal people who once hurt you. You forgive those who never apologized, because deep down your soul remembers something most people forgot. That light doesn't fight darkness. It simply shines until shadows have nowhere left to hide. You bring peace where there's chaos. You bring warmth where there's coldness. You bring light where others only see darkness. But here's the paradox the world never understood. That same gentle heart that gives endlessly can also destroy everything false when provoked. You are not born to start wars, but when forced, you end them. You are not here to destroy. But when darkness crosses your line, you become the storm it never saw coming. Because kindness without boundaries isn't holiness, it's self-destruction. And the universe never designed you to be anyone's victim. It chose you to remember your divine duality, the healer and the warrior, the lamb and the lion, the peacekeeper and the purifier. You learned that silence can heal, but it can also end. You learned that love can save, but it can also reveal. So when the chosen one finally snaps, it's not out of hate, it's divine correction. The same light that heals can burn away everything unholy. And that's why people fear your awakening. Because once the storm inside you rises, nothing fake, dark, or deceitful can survive it. Let's break down the 5 powerful reasons why chosen ones are the nicest people you'll ever meet, but the most dangerous when provoked. Chosen ones radiate peace naturally. They are the quiet in every storm, the calm in every chaos. They don't chase drama. They crave balance. They don't seek attention. They seek alignment. They're the kind of people who'd rather disappear for a while than argue with someone who refuses to understand peace. When the world is screaming, they stay still. When others fight to prove a point, they smile and walk away, because they know silence speaks louder than ego ever could. They forgive instead of fighting. They rebuild instead of retaliating. They choose peace even when it costs them pride, because they understand that no battle is worth their divine energy. But here's the truth most people never realize. When you mistake that peace for weakness, you awaken something terrifying. Behind their silence is a storm that's been tamed through pain. Behind their smile is self-control forged in the fires of betrayal. Every calm moment they show you was earned through years of learning how not to explode. Their peace isn't passiveness, it's power under control. When that peace is shattered, it's not rage that rises, it's divine clarity. The chosen one doesn't lash out. They see through everything. The manipulation, the lies, the energy vampires, the fake love. And once they see clearly, they don't attack. They withdraw. They remove themselves, their energy and their light. And suddenly, everything that fed off them starts to collapse. Because the truth is, their presence was the blessing keeping everything stable. They were the light holding the darkness in balance. When they leave, the storm begins. When they walk away, masks fall. When they stop giving peace, chaos reveals itself. That's why a chosen one's peace is sacred. It's not weakness, it's containment. And when it breaks, it doesn't break loud. It breaks everything around it silently. Chosen ones are empaths. They don't just see pain, they feel it like an echo in their own body. They walk into a room and instantly sense the energy shift. They can tell who's genuine, who's hiding pain, and who's secretly smiling while plotting against them. This sensitivity is their greatest gift and their deepest curse, because when you feel everything, you carry burdens that were never yours. You absorb emotions that others throw away. You take in sadness that doesn't belong to you, and still, you try to heal everyone else first. That's why chosen ones are so kind. They've felt what heartbreak tastes like. They've carried the weight of betrayal. They've cried for people who never shed a tear for them. They know suffering too intimately to wish it upon anyone else. But here's the other side. That same sensitivity makes them dangerous to anyone wearing a mask. Because while the world is talking, they're feeling. They can sense lies wrapped in sweet words. They can feel the vibration of jealousy, even when someone smiles in their face. They notice when energy turns cold, when intentions shift, when someone's spirit becomes heavy with deceit. They don't need evidence. Their soul knows. And when they detect betrayal, they don't explode. They don't confront, they don't announce anything, they simply disconnect. No arguments, no warnings, just absence. And when they're gone, the light leaves the room. Because chosen ones carry divine energy that sustains environments, relationships, even entire families. When they pull that energy back, things fall apart fast. People who fed off their love suddenly feel emptiness. Those who disrespected them start wondering why everything feels heavier. Because their presence wasn't ordinary, it was divine fuel. That's why chosen ones are feared quietly, not because they threaten, but because they can't be fooled. Their silence is uncomfortable. Their intuition is unnerving. Their knowing eyes see right through every mask, and when provoked, they don't need revenge. They don't scream, plot, or wish you harm. They simply let karma do what it always does. Their absence becomes the punishment. Their silence becomes the loudest statement. Their energy withdrawal becomes the collapse of illusions. Because the moment an empath detaches, darkness loses its host, and everything fake begins to wither. So if you ever meet a chosen one who used to care but now looks at you with calm indifference, understand, that's not hatred. That's closure. That's divine boundaries. That's your reminder that their energy was never yours to abuse. Chosen ones walk on a divine timeline, not human time. Every insult, every betrayal, every humiliation that would have broken others, they endure with an eerie calm, not because they're weak, but because their soul knows destiny is watching. They understand something most people don't. Karma is real, and it keeps receipts. It's the universe's most accurate accountant. It never forgets a debt, and never misses a due date. So while others attack, the chosen one remains silent. While others gossip, they stay in prayer. While others throw shadows, they remain in light. They've learned that not every battle deserves a reaction. Some battles are won by staying still, by allowing divine timing to handle what human anger cannot. They don't seek revenge, because they know the universe defends those who walk in truth. They wait, they heal, they ascend. But then comes that moment, when destiny whispers, enough. That's when everything shifts, the energy changes. The same person who turned the other cheek suddenly stands tall with divine authority. The same soul who stayed silent begins to speak truth that rattles false foundations. When spirit moves, it moves through them. And the calm soul becomes a vessel for divine correction. It's not anger, it's alignment. It's not revenge, it's restoration. You'll know when that moment arrives because their aura changes. The softness remains, but the energy hardens like steel. They stop over-explaining. They stop seeking closure. They stop tolerating what dishonors their spirit. And when that happens, everything false begins to collapse. The liars start revealing themselves. The manipulators lose control. The masks fall off without a word spoken. Because when the chosen one stands in truth, they vibrate at a frequency that the untruthful can't survive in. They become the living mirror of judgment, not by punishment, but by presence. Their light exposes what's been hidden. Their words pierce illusions. Their silence dismantles falsehoods, and everyone who once mocked them starts realizing they weren't the weak one. They were the restrained one, the one destiny was holding back, until divine timing said, now. When the chosen one moves after that moment, it's no longer personal, it's prophetic. The spirit of truth walks through them, and nothing can stand in their way. Enemies fall silent, truth surfaces, and the same hands that once trembled with pain now move with divine purpose and unstoppable authority. Chosen ones never crave conflict. They crave peace. They'd rather heal than hurt, forgive than fight, walk away rather than prove anything. But the truth is, they were never meant to live easy lives. They were built for war, not physical war, but spiritual, emotional, and mental battles that break ordinary people. Every hardship they've faced was training. Every betrayal was boot camp for the soul. Every heartbreak sharpened their discernment. Every failure strengthened their endurance. Because deep inside the chosen one is a spiritual soldier who doesn't quit. They might fall, they might cry, they might disappear for a while, but they always rise again, stronger, wiser, calmer. And when they're provoked beyond reason, that soldier wakes up. The same gentle heart that once gave everyone the benefit of the doubt transforms into an unstoppable force of clarity and purpose. They no longer react, they respond. They move with precision, not emotion. They choose their battles carefully, and when they strike, it's always righteous, always divine. They don't need to scream, manipulate, or seek revenge. Their presence alone commands respect. Their spirit becomes a shield that no darkness can penetrate. When that inner warrior activates, they expose everything that's false. They detach from toxic energy like cutting a cord with a blade of light. They rebuild from the ashes while their enemies wonder how someone so kind could also be so unbreakable. That's the mystery of the chosen one. They are soft enough to feel, but strong enough to survive anything. They are love wrapped in lightning, mercy wearing armor, grace with a battle plan. And the world watches in awe, asking, how did they survive what was meant to destroy them? The answer is simple, because they were never fighting alone. They carry divine backup. Their ancestors, their angels, their spirit guides, all marching beside them in unseen formation. That's when everyone finally understands the truth. The chosen one's kindness was never weakness. It was mercy. Mercy for those who didn't deserve it. Mercy for a world that tried to break them. Mercy that kept the storm sleeping inside them. But once that mercy is withdrawn, once that divine soldier steps forward, there is no negotiation, no fear, no turning back. Because when the chosen one goes to war, it's not for revenge, it's for balance. And when they strike, they don't destroy, they restore. Mercy leaves, and only truth remains. Chosen one, this is your divine awakening moment. You've carried so much, stayed silent through storms, and loved when it would have been easier to turn cold. But now, the balance inside you shifts. The lion within you is stirring. You are gentle, not because you are weak, but because your soul remembers heaven. You forgive because you've been through pain that could have broken anyone else, yet you chose to keep your heart pure. That's divine strength, not softness. That's sacred power wrapped in humility. Every scar you carry is not a wound, it's a royal seal, a mark of divine endurance. And now, heaven whispers, rise. Because this world, it's about to see the side of you they never believed existed. The side that fights for truth, not attention. The side that moves mountains, not mouths. The side that doesn't chase, it attracts. Because it's not you anymore. It's the divine force moving through you. Your empathy is your radar. It detects lies before words are spoken. Your silence is your sword. It cuts through illusion without a sound. And your kindness, that's your greatest weapon. Because nothing disarms darkness faster than love that refuses to die. You were not sent here to fit in. You were sent here to shift frequencies. When you walk into a room, energy changes. When you speak truth, timelines bend. When you forgive, karma resets. You are the proof that divinity can live inside human form. So don't suppress your fire anymore. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. The world needs your raw, your courage, your raw authenticity. When the lion within awakens, it doesn't ask permission to lead. It doesn't seek validation. It simply rises. Because that's what it was born to do. And that's you now. Rising out of fear, out of guilt, out of doubt. No longer apologizing for being chosen. No longer hiding your divine authority. You are the storm that restores order. The light that blinds darkness. The balance between mercy and justice. The echo of divine power returning to earth through you. So as you step forward, remember, this isn't revenge. It's revelation. It's the universe revealing who you always were, beneath all the tests, all the betrayals, all the silence. The world thought they buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. Now, you bloom like prophecy fulfilled. So stay kind, but stay aware. Stay calm, but stay armed in faith. Because when the chosen one is awakened, no force on earth, no shadow in the dark, no power in hell can stop what comes next. The lion within you has awakened. The world will never be the same.